I'm going to introduce you to our company. That name is Infinite Shoes Enterprise. So why we choose this name? Because it sounds catchy and easily can be remembered by the public. So our company sells variety of footwear such as sandals, slippers, sneakers, and many of it. Now you know how we operate. So this is our location. We choose this place because quantity demand here was surprisingly high, and we know if we choose this place, we can increase our profit.
Basic economy concept. There are three basic economy concepts. First, scarcity. People have unlimited wants, but the resources available to satisfy those wants are limited. Thus, when goods are limited relative to human wants, the situation of scarcity arises. Human wants are unlimited, so much so that there are simply not enough goods and service to satisfy even a small fraction human consumptions. Second, choice. People must make choice due to scarcity. Scarcity must make the best choice possible after considering the available alternatives. Society must choose what to produce and who get the final product. For example, the more food you choose to buy, the less money you will have to left to spend on other goods. The last one is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is defined as the number of goods forgone, or the second best alternative and its benefit that is given up to make the best choice. Making a choice, any choice always have some cost. So, by spending a certain amount on item A, we are giving up the opportunity to have item B. Next, basic economic problems. Our company will solve three fundamental economic problems. First, what to produce and how much to produce. It is referred to the types of goods and service to be produced based on society demand and the available resources. So, the type of our company is shoes, and we produce it 50,000 a year. Second, how to produce. It is referred to the methods or techniques of our production. For our company, the method we use is capital intensive. Our company capital is 200,000. The last one is for whom to produce. It is based on society income distribution and purchasing power. So, our company produce our shoes to the middle class. It is because our shoes price is between 80 to 100 ringgit Malaysia.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. Today I'm going to talk about theory and demand of supply. Demand is defined as ability and willingness to buy specific quantities of goods in a given period of time at a particular price. 3.1 is law of demand. Law of demand states that the higher the price of good or service, the lower the quantity demand for that good. Thus, the lower the price, the higher the quantity demand, which is its negative relationship. The quantity of demand will always consider as a company based on the sales of the last year. Usually, the company will set up a higher amount of quantity demand, so they could satisfy the buyer. The buyers will also afford the price because the company is targeting a middle part of the society. The quantity of demand will be carried out, the company is 13,000. 3.2. Determinants of demand. There are two types to determine determinants of demand, which is price factor and non-price factor. The price factor will result in movement along the curve, while non-price factor will result in shifting of demand curve. Determinants of demand. First one is consumer income. If the income of individual increase, so did the quantity of demand increase. It is because the consumer could afford the price of the good, which is the good is a shoes. Next is taste and preference. Consumer preference. Every individual have their own preference. So if there are more choices, then individual could satisfy their desire by buying the goods based on their taste. This will result in shifting outward. Third is number of buyers. If number of buyers increase, then more product will be demand. because in order to fulfill the demand of the buyers, more quantity have to be prepared. Next is expectation future of price. If the price of a good expect to be increased in the future, the consumer will consider to buy the goods now before the price increase. During festival or celebration, usually the luxury goods such as shoes will be sold on a cheaper prices than the original prices. Next, I'm gonna talk about definition of supply. Supply is defined as ability and willingness to sell or produce a particular product and services in a given period of time at a particular price. 3.3 is law of supply. Law of supply states that the higher the price of a good, the greater the quantity supplied for that good. Thus, the lower the price of good, the lower the quantity supplied, which is its positive relationship. Next one is determinants of supply. There are two types to determine determinants of supply, which is price factor and non-price factor. The non-price factor is effect change in supply and will result in shifting of supply curve. The quantity of supply will always considered by company based on the sales of last year. Usually the company will set up a higher amount of quantity so that they could achieve more profit from the sales. The seller also make their assumption to get the profit at the first. The quantity of supply will be carried out by company is 16,000. Determinants of supply. First one is cost of production. If the cost of production increase, such as wages, salary, and raw materials, this will burden the producer. Thus, the product will be a bit costly for the buyers. Second is number of sellers. If the number of sellers increase, more product will be available. Hence, this will shift the supply curve upwards. Third is expectation of future prices. If the future prices of the production expect to be increased in the future due to some circumstance, seller will not supply the product now and will rather wait to sold their supply in future when the prices of a production increase. Last and but not least, level of technology. If there are better technology, production process will be effective and efficient. More product can be produced in a shorter time. Hence, the curve will shifting upwards. That's all from me.
Price elasticity of demand and supply. Price elasticity of demand will measure the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demand for a shoe with respect to the change in the price. For our shoes, we become elastic demand because when the change in price will give a bigger change in the percentage of quantity demand. For the determinant of price elasticity of demand, firstly is ability of substitute. There are lots of brands outside such as Nike and Adidas. So our products today will become more elastic. Second is proposition of income spent on product. Consumer will consume a small amount of his income to buy a shoes. So our products today will become inelastic of demand. Third is nature of good, because shoe is necessity, so it become less elastic. Lastly, consumer habit. Sometimes we can see a person who will buy a shoes for a collection, so it become elastic demand for them. Income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand measures the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demand for a particular good with respect to the change in the income of the consumer. Shoes is a normal good, so it will be inelastic income elasticity because a change in the consumer's income causes a smaller percentage change in the quantity demand. Price elasticity of supply. Price elasticity of supply will measure the degree of responsiveness of quantity supply for a particular good with respect to the change in the price. For our shoes, it will become elastic because a change in the price of goods cause a bigger percentage change in the quantity supply. For the determinant, firstly is availability of inventory. Our shoes can be kept without loss of quality, so it will be more elastic. Second is perishable versus non-perishable. Our shoes has unlimited shelf life, so it become more elastic. Third is ease of entry into the market. Because nowadays, have a lot of brands outside, so it's hard to entry into the market. Our product today will more inelastic. And lastly, level of technology. If the latest technology that we use producing shoes, then it will result in the fast production, so it will be more elastic.
Market equilibrium is a condition whereby the quantity demanded and quantity supply are equal. Once the market equilibrium has been achieved, there will be no tendency for the quantity and price to change. In other words, this is a condition where the buyers are ready to buy the goods and service, also the sellers are ready to sell the goods and service. In short, market equilibrium is a stability point. Our company based on non-price control and it will effects of indirect taxes on price and quantity. So the quantity will decrease and the price will increase after the incidence of tax.